Today we want to tell you about a new executive order focused on human trafficking. It will have far-reaching consequences for federal contractors and subcontractors, both in the U.S. and abroad. My name is Kristen Ittig. With me is Yamane Hewett. We are part of the Government Contracts and Public International Law Practices at Arnold & Porter. First, Dawn will tell you about the executive order and the consequences for contractors. Then I will discuss who it affects and how the executive order may expand False Claims Act liability. We'll close with how you can get more information.
On September 25, 2012, President Obama issued an executive order titled Strengthening Protections Against Trafficking in Persons in Federal Contracts. The revisions to the federal acquisition regulation that this order requires will place significant responsibility on contractors and subcontractors to act affirmatively to prevent human trafficking and forced labor. Now, you might know that current U.S. law already prohibits all contractors and their employees from engaging in severe forms of trafficking in persons, procuring commercial sex, or using forced labor during the performance of a contract. So how does this executive order change things for contractors? It establishes significantly more prohibitions as well as self-reporting requirements. What exactly does the order prohibit? It prohibits using misleading or fraudulent recruitment practices, such as failing to disclose basic information or making material misrepresentations regarding the key terms and conditions of employment, including wages and fringe benefits, the location of work, living conditions and housing, any significant costs to be charged to the employee, and, if applicable, the hazardous nature of the work. It also prohibits charging recruitment fees, denying an employee access to his or her identity documents, and failing to pay for a relocated employee's return transportation costs. Additionally, contractors must now self-report if they become aware of any activities that are inconsistent with the executive order or any other applicable law. So what kind of contractors does this affect?
It affects all government contractors and subcontractors, regardless of the size of the contract or subcontract. Examples include a manufacturer with an overseas plant, a subcontractor that supplies, say, food services for a military mission, a contractor that provides overseas personnel, for example, embassy security personnel, or a contractor that performs construction work on a military base. All of these entities will be subject to the new FAR anti-trafficking regulations. In addition to all the prohibitions Dawn discussed, contractors and subcontractors performing certain large overseas contracts must implement and publicize a detailed compliance program targeting trafficking activities, and they must sign annual certifications regarding trafficking. These new annual certifications are in part why this order is generating so much discussion. Even before this new development, we were already seeing an increased number of Civil False Claims Act cases based on allegedly inaccurate contractor certifications. Under the False Claims Act, the government seeks triple damages and significant penalties from contractors who are accused of making inaccurate certifications. In some of these cases, it has been argued that the proper measure of damages is the entire value of the contract. Given this, these new required annual certifications on compliance could certainly be an area of great vulnerability.
There's a lot more to say about the executive order that we can't fit into this short video.
But you can always contact us directly by email or phone with any questions. We would be glad to discuss more about how these developments may impact your company and how you can be ready to comply when the regulations are issued.
Also, for our DC area viewers, on Monday, December 10th, 2012, Arnold & Porter will host a related breakfast briefing sponsored by the Washington Foreign Law Society. Panelists will include my co-panelist Kristen Ittig, as well as Arnold & Porter's Sam Whitten, a former U.S. State Department Deputy Legal Advisor. We'll also have Laura Rundlet, the State Department's Senior Coordinator for Public Engagement on Trafficking Issues, and Linda Dixon, Program Manager for the Department of Defense's Combating Trafficking in Persons Program Office. More information regarding the program can be found on a slide within this videocast.
Thank you so much for joining us.